Y'all, this is the third month of the year. 3 is my lucky number. 2 of my favorite people are born this month, and that is my man and my son. 2 men in my life. This is their birthday month. How is this going to affect my budget? Let's talk about it. This is my plan for my money for the month of March. And for those of you who don't know me, let me introduce myself. I am Tinesha Davis. This is my channel where we talk about all the money things. And if you are not a member, I would love it if you would subscribe. I would love it if you would also give this video a thumbs up. Even if you are a member, give us a thumbs up. And talk to me in the comments if at any point in this video I am not making sense. All right. So for March, this is how it's going down. March is a good month, honestly. It's, oh my goodness, my threes are coming through. So the third month of the year, but this is also a 3 paycheck month for me. For those of you who get paid bi-weekly, we know that twice a year you get an extra paycheck. This really helps out if you do your budget on a 2 paycheck system, like, you know, month to month, you typically get 2 paychecks. So you divide your life based off of those 2 paychecks. So for those of us who do that, our 3 paychecks months feels like a bonus, like an extra paycheck that we can do extra things with. Okay, so let's see what extra things I'm going to be doing with my money this month. So for March, I project that I'm going to bring home $18,640. This is after taxes, okay, and after payroll deductions. So here's what I plan on doing with that money. $105 ish will be going to HOA. And I say ish because I know HOA went up and I still haven't changed it. This is because I'm at work half of my life, y'all. So by the time I leave work, I'm over it. So this is why it takes me so long to do some of the simplest things, some of the simplest tasks. I really do feel like I need to take off a day here and there just to handle admin stuff, administrative details of my life. Okay, so that's what that is. The gas bill, based off of last month, I'm setting aside $198 for that. The electricity bill, based off of last month, I'm setting aside $230 for that. Cell phone, for the 3 phones that are on my plan, $211. Internet. This is a win. And this is what I think. I went in, I finally got around to calling them and asked them about my bill, because my bill has been $85 for internet for the highest speed. So the things I wanted to know when I called them was, does the speed get any faster? Because guys, I'm going to have a full house. That's going to be at least 6 of us living in my home. And we're all going to be streaming and using internet and things like that. So I need the best of what's out there. And I actually think that when this happens, I am going to call and figure it out. Because I think there's another option for me. But I'm not going to take that option until I absolutely need it. So until then, guys, what I found was if I enrolled in auto pay, that took off $10 a month off my bill. Why didn't I enroll in auto pay before? I think I didn't do it before because I was on some, I want to control when I pay my bills, and how I pay my bills things. I think that's why I didn't do it. But now I'm like, you know what? $10 a month, that's a good deal. Auto pay me up. Auto pay me. So we're doing that. The other thing is, I checked military. So I'm military. So I enrolled with my whole military ID using ID.me, something like that. And I think I didn't do it before because I wasn't enrolled in ID.me, and it just felt like too much work to try to figure out all my paperwork and do all of that. But I think I must have done it for something else. So when I went into the system, I was already there, and they was able to apply my discount to my bill. But also, they did enroll me in another 2-year contract. I hadn't been in a contract with the internet provider in a minute. And I think I'd never wanted to be in another contract. I just cannot stand these contracts. But I was like, you know what? I've been with them all these years without a contract, and I wasn't even getting the discount to reflect that. So I just went ahead and did it. doing those things brought my bill from $85 a month down to $65 a month. And I'm going to say subjectively speaking, because I haven't seen a bill with this on it yet, but technically I think that's what the bill is supposed to be. So hopefully that's what the bill is, and hopefully we Gucci. Yes. Okay. Security system, $54. And y'all know, because I talked about this before too, I called them and there's no luck there because my contract with them doesn't expire to June 2024. And if I try to cancel with them, they try to act like I have to buy them out of the contract by paying them the entire amount of the contract, even though I'm getting no service from them. So that's what that is, but $54 a month. Housekeeping is $180, and that's for them to come into my home once a month. And I wanted them to come to my house this week and clean because I'm having a party this weekend. Well, not even a party, a get together. Hold on, y'all. Okay. I'm having a get together, so I thought it would be really good to have the house done. But Jay says we really don't need it done, and we really don't. So they're not coming in. So I need to get the house together for my friends and my company. Okay. And speaking of that, that's something I did not put on this budget. Because here's the thing, guys. I say the whole thing about a budget is just to try to get it right? It's trying to project everything that you think you may have to do that month and trying to give it some funds assigned to that thing. So if I know there's birthdays, like my son's birthday and Jay's birthday, I know, okay, what am I setting aside for that? Am I going anywhere? Am I going on a vacation? Am I going on a trip? What am I setting aside for that? Are there any holidays? Are there any major events? Are there any outings that I plan on doing? What do I set aside for that? Well, if I ask myself all of those questions, one of the things that I forgot to do this month, it's not on this budget, is the fact that I just said I'm having a gathering this weekend with people coming over. So this means that I'm going to need food and drinks and things like that to entertain them with. And I did not put that in my budget. I didn't put it in my budget. But it's okay. We'll survive. Okay. So insurance. And this is for the insurance for this car that I drive. It's also the insurance for my home, and it's also the insurance for somebody else's insurance that I pay, $340. Easy pass. We're setting aside $25 there, even though I plan on using the toll road. I try to just not use the toll road whenever I don't have to. And sometimes that means getting on janky 66. And y'all, 66 be janky because they like to do a lot of road work. And so whenever you're on it, you never know if you're going to pop on it and just sit in traffic because they got lanes shut down. Why do I do it to myself? Why? I don't know. To save a buck, I guess. But anyways, $25 is set aside there. The registration. So this is a good month that this car needs to be registered. I'm going to set aside $200 there. And I think I'm setting that off of the history. Another thing that I do when I set up my budget, because I've been using every dollar for so long, for so many years, I can look back at last year's March budget and I can see what did I pay for that year in March, and then that lets me know, is there, what to look for this year. So it looks like last year in March I paid for a registration for my car, so therefore I know that that's going to be coming up this year as well. And so $200 is being set aside for that. Subscription services. This is for Netflix and this is for YouTube Premium. $43. Groceries, restaurants, household miscellaneous, and fun miscellaneous. I don't have any money set aside for a budget here because I do what I call mindful spending. I don't try to put myself in like this confined place of, girl, you have $200 here, make it work. What I do is I just try to be mindful. If a house needs a thing, I'm gonna buy what my house needs, but I'm also gonna be mindful of not going ham or not just buying stuff because I'm bored or being emotional or because I don't want to delay it. I do believe in delayed gratification, for real. So a lot of times I may put stuff in an Amazon basket, but I don't check out. Sometimes at the end of the month when I see what I have left over and what I'm working with, I may check out then. I may go through it and look and say, okay, yeah, let's get this, let's get that, let's get this. But delayed gratification is a thing for me. Being mindful about my spending is a thing for me. And so that's what happens there. Nails, I did move this up because I think I used to set aside $70 for nails. I'm gonna now do an 80. And then the same thing with lashes. I used to set aside 115, and now I'm setting aside, looks like I'm setting aside 135, and that's for me letting them do a lash bath on my lashes when I go, which is an extra service. And also me having a master technician do my lashes because there is one that I really like. And so I'm just gonna pay the extra to have her do my services. So yeah, so that's what happens there. I'm going to be going to Morocco towards the latter part of the year, and so $608 is going there because I am making payments on that. This trip will be paid off in about 5 months, but the trip is more than 5 months away. So what this means is that I'm going to have this thing paid for way before I go. Kenya, $1,017 is going towards that. Now Kenya is going to be costing more money, but it will be paid off by the time I go. But right now, that's what I put down on it. I put $1,017 on it. Travel. I'm setting aside another $800 towards travel. And I just have it as a blanket travel because I realize travel is my thing. Travel is my thing. And I am going to Costa Rica. And so I don't know how much I'll be spending there. So I'm just going to set aside $800 for additional travel funds. Okay. 401k. $2,370 would be going there. HSA, $300 will be going there. Y'all, we bought a new mattress and the bed, the platform, the thing that lets it raise up, go up and down and all around the corners. I financed this, and I have a weekly budget video where I go over, it's not a weekly budget video, I go over what I spend in a week. So more details on that is in that video, on why I chose to finance it. It's 0% interest for 36 months. That's 3 years. I mean, there's no penalties in this. And for me, one of my rules of thumbs is, can I afford to buy this thing today? Do I have the money to buy it? Yes, I do. Okay, so then what other financial strategies do you want to use in the purchasing of this thing? And I just say that to say, like, if anything should happen and I have to pay this bed off like today, can I do that? Yes, I can. And even if I couldn't, it's okay. Remember, having a budget, having a financial plan is all about going into a thing with eyes wide open, being realistic, not optimistic. Because sometimes I think we do optimism instead of realism. Okay. Optimism is, but if I get a bonus, but when I get this, but when I get that, then I can do this. But what if those things don't happen? Then you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, or you're stuck paying unnecessary interest for something that ain't even worth it. This card here for this mattress is 29% interest if I don't pay this thing off in the 36 months that they're giving me 0% interest. If I don't do that on the 37th month, that 29% interest is going to be retroactive from the first day that I purchased this mattress. And that's going to be tacked on to what you owe. So my strategy whenever I do something like this is I make sure I'm not going to pay it off in 36 months. I'll do something like pay it off in 30 months or less. But this is also a game for me because I do believe in a credit score. I know that there's some financial people who don't believe in credit scores, but to me, I believe in using all financial strategies to your benefit, right? And it's actually easier to navigate this world with a credit score than without one. So because I do believe in a credit score, sometimes there's things that I have to do to keep a credit score up because I don't use credit often. I have a paid off car. I pay off my credit cards every month. So I really don't have anything that's truly reporting to my credit score system outside of my house, which a credit score is broken into 3 parts: your revolving debt, your like a mortgage debt, if you had a car payment, things like that. So because I don't have those things, sometimes I have to strategically put myself in a position to have something that's reporting to the crediting agencies. And that's what I'm using the purchase of this bed for. Okay. And so $200 a month is what I'm setting aside to go on this bed. Every now and again, I'm going to make higher payments, but my payments will never be lower than $200 a month. And that is going to be well within the 36-month payoff period because the purchase was like about $5,000. It was a $5,000 purchase. So yeah, so that's what's happening there. So we're going to see that line item from here on out until it's paid off. Mattress. $680 is going to go towards savings. And then we're going to do $1,536 to the mortgage. And then because we have this long-term plan of paying off our house, we're going to also send an additional $8,000 to the mortgage. Okay? And then this is going to leave us with $1,263 remaining. And from that money, this is where we're going to do our mindful spending of groceries, of restaurants, of household miscellaneous things, of fun miscellaneous things, as well as giving. So it's going to come from that cushion right there. And then, of course, even though we're bringing in $18,640 this month, we do want to bring in more because it's always fun to have more. When we can work with more, we can do more things. And so I really it would be so dope if this could be a $20,000 month for me. I don't know how, because I really don't have, oh, I actually do have some other things in the fire. Some other coals in the fire. Burners in the fire, pots in the fire, something on the fire. I do have some things, but I don't know if it's going to come through this month or not. But if this was going to be a $20,000 month, that would be fun, just because, for no good reason. But that is what the plan is for March, guys. Tell me if you guys did your budget for March. For real. Did you do it? Do it. Do it. All right, on to the next video. That's like people, I don't even know if that works, because that's like when I hear people say, did you work out today? Do it. Do it. And I'm like, girl, bye. I ain't doing it. Bye.